Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is the scripting introduction video for the upcoming tutorials, and I got 2 reasons why you should be following them. And of course I got a bonus tip at the end to get that extra boost on learning scripting faster. These tutorials are a cooperation between me, your host JB, and the scripting wizard Mello, which is standing near me. You can find links to both of our channels in the description. Now, what would a scripting introduction video be without some fancy stuff just like you can see behind me? So let's go to level number 1 and see something fancy happening, and that is those lights down there. That means something is about to happen and you need to be careful. Let's switch the lever. And the first thing is Mystery Island competitions. It is confirmed. I asked the developer, will there be some more Mystery Island competitions? Yes, there will be some more in the far future, which is not a bad thing because this gives us some time to make these tutorials and it gives you some time to learn how to script. At this moment, Tropical Island has 4 Mystery Islands, the Temperate has 4, but the Tundra only has 3, the Arctic only has 2, and the Arid and the Far East have 0 Mystery Island, which basically means 11 more can be added up, or even a lot more than that. But 11 Mystery Islands, you can imagine it will be spread over multiply competition. And of course the biggest prize is your Mystery Island in the game, and I think that is very cool. But keep in mind, it is something for the far future. The developers will announce this when it's time to. And lever number 2, if I go out of this, you see that it goes on and off. Oh man, I'm so happy with that. Lever number 2, what will it reveal? Mini games competition. Some of you might notice that Anna is setting up a lot of fun stuff, and one of this a lot of fun stuff is mini games competition. So Mello has been busy with something for Halloween. Yours Lego has been busy for something for Halloween. And basically, the more people will join up, the more fun it will be. The 3 best liked mini games will be selected and will be shown on stream. And I can imagine more of these mini game competitions will be held in the future with different kind of teams, or maybe something that says all in or environmental or you name it. What will the last one be? It is a bonus. It is something that will help you. So let's switch the lever down here. Example trainings. Now, even though we are going to provide you guys some tutorials, the example trainings will show you some of the basic stuff. I'm gonna bring you there within a second, but besides the basic stuff, Mello and I are going to provide you some more of this fancy stuff, just like this right down here, and a lot more crazy stuff. So what are example trainings? Well, if you go to the editor, some of you might have not noticed when you want to create a new game, it actually shows you a lot of stuff, and for most of the time you're just going to click on finish in order to build a ship or a building or something like that. And it actually says examples right down here. These are the very basic things, the very basic scripting that you can learn. Now, if you click on one of them and click on finish, it will actually show you this tutorial. You can click on that. It will bring you to a website. It will explain you a little bit. But you can also click on continue and go a little bit on exploration. Now, for the people that haven't seen anything about this scripting stuff just yet, I will just explain you a little bit what you can do in order to learn all of this stuff. So this is in the editor. Now, there are a couple of ways to test things when you have animation. So when stuff is moving, you can simply click on animation test and it will just show you the animation. Of course, there are exceptions where animations is not going to show everything. So when an animation needs to interact with something, that might not show you the complete stuff. But to give you a better understanding of what I mean, you will see this in the first tutorial video that will pop up. After pressing escape, you can also click on test game. So keep in mind you need to open this in order to get that, and there are a couple other ones. So we're just going to click on test game. I will show you what it does. Then we're going to go back and I'll show you what you need to do in order to, get the hang of things. So we have here a lever, just like before. We switch it, the door will open. Then we have a door and a torch. You open the door, the torch goes on. And down here you have like a golden idol, and when you take it, it will change into a statue. So in this case, the first thing that I will explain you is that this is the spawn point, of course, and if for some reason your spawn point is gone, how do you get it back? Well, right down here you have game logics, and when you open this, there is a lot of stuff, and all you have to do is type in spawn, get this thing, rotate it around like that, and place it down there. Now, of course, there is a lot more stuff in here, but you will learn that all by following the tutorials. Now, what is happening down here in order to open this door? Well, when you click, for example, on this door, it will say here, add script. That means that this door doesn't have any scripting. But if we click on the lever, it says edit script, which means something has been added. So when you open this, you see this down here. It works like puzzles. It might be some work to learn this, but once you get the hang of it, you can just do some fun stuff. Now this just explains you a little bit. It doesn't mean that it's like this. It's just a little storyline separate that will explain you. Each entity has its own events. Entities are doors, walls, stuff that you place down, and you can test your script by testing. Click on test game in the right corner, which I explained to you about. So the way how it works is you see that everything has its color, and each color is like right down here. They always start with an event. In this case, the event is to put the switch on, so you can open this. There will be a whole list, but all we need is switch on. Now, as you can see, this can only be placed once. But the second one is, what do we want with the switch? It's open and close the door. Now this looks like it is purple-ish, and once you go to the purple-ish stuff, you can see there is a whole list of things. But if you work with this door, you remember, okay, the door needs to be open and closed. You can type in here open and close, and then you see here open and close. So you basically pick this thing, and then this thing needs to know what is the door. So there are two ways to do this. One, you can open this and find your door. In this case, there are two doors with different IDs. And I think this is very good because this gives me a reason to tell you always name stuff. So we're gonna go out of this. And in this case, this is called wooden door 43. This is 177, but it's very difficult to remember. It's very easy to remember once you click on it right down here. Just put a 1 behind it, and right down here put a 2 behind it. It's so easy to remember. Then you go in here, and then you can open this, see door number 1 and 2. Now, if you can be bothered at some point by naming everything, that's your own choice. You can also take this guy and then click on the door, and there you go, you have the door. Sometimes you just want to do things quick to test something, and then you don't need to name everything. But once you go for the real deal, name stuff so you know what you're doing. So in this case, you can just Control-C, Control-V, copy, paste, put it down here, and then it switch off. It, closes the door again. So that's how it works with this door. Now right down here we have another door. In this case you might think, okay, the door doesn't have script. Let's check out the wall torch. It doesn't have a script. In this case the door has a script because the door is the first step you do. This is the second step what happens. In this case the lever is the first thing you do. The door is the second step that happens. So always check out the first step for the script. So in this case, it is kind of the same instead of having the which is not down here. Each entity will have different stuff in there. So with the lever, it is saying right down here at the bottom, on switch on. A lever is a switch. In this case, door is not a switch. So once you go in here, you will get different stuff. So instead of on switch on, it's called on close, on open. So you start, of course, with opening the door, unless there's a reason to start with the door open. Let me show you. There are a lot of options down here. Now I have to look too. It says is locked, so that is not it. Is open, there we go. So you can also start with the door open. Then you need to start with a script that says is open. Well, in this case it needs to be closed. So yeah, it's just the same thing. In this case you want to interact with the torch. So that's very easy. Or you do that, or you just pick the name. Now sometimes it can happen that you want to check out something and then it doesn't make any sense. In this case, what I mean, you have here a reference point. This reference point doesn't have any script. But in this case, you want to try to select this guy. Now, if that doesn't work, always make sure you have the grid mode on. And make sure you just move it backwards. So later on, with grid mode, you exactly place it back. Then you can click on the golden idol. And then edit script. And yeah, here you can read again how it works. So, you know, you take the penguin, so pick it up, and in place you put this guy underneath, and then what do you want? So you can choose a lot of stuff, and then how many, one, and then get this guy. This guy is the spawn point, so in this case that is this guy. It needs to spawn right down there. And then there is something with rotation. I am new to this stuff too. But I'm definitely going to check out all of these examples in order to learn something extra, get a quicker boost. Even though I'm getting all of the lessons at this moment from Mello, he goes a lot deeper into things, but there are also some other things that we might not go into, and I can learn this all right down here. Okay, this time, you know what? I'm putting this silly hat on. I wanted the hat too, but in the end I was like, no, I don't like it. I hope this was all clear to you guys. If not, you can always ask me some stuff in the Discord or comment it down below the video. And then I hope that these two guys at least are a reason for you to start learning to script, because in the end it is a lot of fun. Ain't that so, Mello?
Hell yeah!
That's right. Thanks for watching.